On April 15th, Demetrious Johnson will attempt to tie Anderson Silva's record with 10 consecutive title defenses when he fights Wilson Reis in the main event of UFC on Fox 24. I'm Flyin Brian J, and this is MMAmania.com. Demetrious is -800, and the comeback on Wilson is +575, so the odds makers are not giving Wilson much of a chance here. But I've got a few reasons why maybe the huge underdog could get this victory. Number one is that he trains with Alliance, a very high-level camp. His primary training partner is one of the best to ever do the damn thing in the lower weight classes, and he's one of the few men to ever defeat Demetrious Johnson, Dominic the Dominator Cruz. That's a big deal. Number two is that Wilson has some very powerful takedowns, really good ground control, and he's a wizard on the mat, very high level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. In Demetrious' last fight, he showed us a slight weakness in that he can be taken down, he can be controlled on the mat, and he's not immune to being put in submission attempts when he fought Tim Elliott. Now, Tim Elliott is a huge flyweight, and Wilson isn't nearly that size. Wilson is almost the same size as Demetrious Johnson, at least on the tail of the tape, but Wilson is a very strong flyweight fighter. Now, reason number three is that Wilson is a southpaw that could give Demetrious some difficulties, and he also hits like a truck. Just look at the foot imprint that he left on Scott Jorgensen's body when he hit him there with his foot and then submitted him shortly thereafter. Now, I do think that Demetrious is going to get this victory, and when they were scheduled to fight at UFC 201, Hector Sandoval came in on short notice, and he showed me one way that I definitely think Demetrious is going to win here. Hector is a very fast fighter, and he was able to get a lot of good strikes on Wilson before he was overextending himself and Wilson took him to the ground. Demetrious, they say that he is the fastest fighter in mixed martial arts, and I have to agree. So if Hector Sandoval can get some pretty fast hands on Wilson, you have to believe that Demetrious can do the same thing as well. And then add on the fact that Demetrious has phenomenal body control. He has really high fight IQ. He's willing to go down a path that isn't very fan-friendly in order to get the victory, if that path is the easiest one to get said victory. Demetrious flows from his striking to his grappling completely seamlessly, and he has a ton of experience in 5-round fights. We're talking about this could be his 10th title defense in a row. That right there is double the amount of times that Wilson has gone to the 5th round. So I think that Demetrious is actually going to get a finish in this fight. I think that he puts some super fast hands on Wilson's head. And then late in the third round, I think that Wilson will start to dwindle a little bit because he can't keep up with Demetrious' pace. Demetrious will put big hands on his head, and he's going to get a TKO victory from ground and pound. Tell me, are you picking the huge underdog in Wilson Reis? If you are, let's talk about it in the comment section down below. I want to be swayed here, but I think you're probably picking Demetrious Johnson. We can also talk about that in the comment section down below. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you on my next video. Namaste.